Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. A little bit of a different video. This is my youngest boy, Zolton, never so happy as the day we went logging. And whether we're driving out to the farm or whether we're hauling around logs or hauling around grain, going out fishing, this boy is a true boy that just loves to get dirty, but he's got to have his way with everything. And there's his blue tractor, loves blue tractor. Now in this next clip, I'll remind you, we're doing 30 kilometers an hour on a shop road. Don't go off the road, boy. You like driving truck?
Yeah.
Is it fun? Yeah. Hey, pay attention. Pay attention. He's only 3. His attention span only goes so far. Plus his daddy's got ADHD. He's probably got a better attention span than I do. Looking handsome in his suit. Are you telling me you're not falling asleep? Okay then. Buddy, you want me to make you a little bed on the floor? You're falling asleep. You're tired. No? Okay. Those eyes. You tired, bud? No, you're wide awake? Is it easy work? Or is it hard work? Hard work? Now, when I was out logging, that picture is unedited, by the way. Nothing was photoshopped in that picture. So I'm just saying. Damn, these trucks take some sexy pictures. Shout out to DS Logging. Oh my gosh, you got some sexy trucks, dude. Probably by far one of the best guys that I ever got to work for. He runs his equipment the way I think owners should run their equipment. And if there's a problem with it, he doesn't care what time it is. Give me a call when you get to the shop. I'm coming to fix it. 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, in the afternoon. It doesn't matter when. He's coming to fix it. So pretty good guy. Anyways, yeah, these trucks take some sexy pictures. I'm just saying. Damn. And I did bring my boy out for a trip on one. We might get into that a little bit. Maybe not in this video, but check out some stuff.
Yeah, we'll both wait here for you. Keep coming. What you look like on that second tier, is she full? Or are you doing the 8 still? Second tier's full, just do the 8 still, yep. Wait.
And that was the ice road. Man, is that thing terrible until it gets built up. And then once it's built up into the ice road, holy shucks, is it a crazy, crazy ride. And this is the unloading mill there. Quite the unit they have up there. Of course, just some pictures of some skidders and some loaders around the bush. And you could hear that little bit of squeaking when I was hitting some of them bumps in that other one. That was actually just the way the hood mounts sit against the hood. So every once in a while, you got to throw some grease up on there and it quiets them back down. But lots of equipment out in the bush. Let's go back to the road. And made a little switch out in the Volvo. I was jumping back and forth between two trucks. There was just three of us, so basically I was crossing between two trucks. Each time one truck come in, I'd jump in it, try and get back for the next guy's shift to get off and catch the next guy when he ended. And yeah, you don't want to know the hours. You just don't want to know. You ever work a 66-hour day? Me neither. But you do get your sleep, you do get your rest in between here and there. There are some waits sometimes at the mill, there are some waits in the bush, and those are the opportunities and the moments that you capture to catch some Z's. So we definitely wouldn't be out there driving, putting anybody's lives at risk. I know myself as a professional, I take my job very seriously and how I represent myself on the road. Looking so happy and fly for a white guy. Bow. Oh no. Don't say that right now. Not during this whole movement of snowflakes. Please don't make any white guy jokes. And we are a little bit maybe in hyperspeed. There's just no possible way we're actually driving this fast at night on this road in the truck. But it is a long, long road. Oh yeah, is this? That was one guy. That was another guy. I can't remember if that was the incident I wanted to capture. No, it was just one truck, not two that come. But you kind of see how at night, right? Like these roads are not very wide. So that is why we are on the radio quite a bit, calling out our corners, calling out where we are, and of course, just whether you're empty or loaded tells me what direction you're going, obviously, because they only come out loaded one way, unless it's equipment or something coming in loaded, which of course they'll call loaded flatbed on the empty side, but that's a whole other topic. There was a truck where I met at night on this road. This might be it right here. That might have been the guy I thought was going to take my frickin' mirror off. Man, was that close. I was literally leaning over into the other seat. And this is a 100-kilometer road that we just turned onto. So basically, you come up the highway and then you go up, oh, geez, I don't even know. What was it? Like kilometer 40 or something. You turn at kilometer 40 and then you take another 10K to the other road, and then you take about another 10K up to the other road. Then you hit this road and then you go about 100K and you come out at the highway, basically down on Highway 2 above PA. And that was the guy right there. That was him. Oh man, I'll tell you, I just about crapped my pants. Like seriously, dudes, slow the frick down and get the hell over already. So yeah, this is the road at night, 100 kilometers of this road alone. So this is the Elaine, actually. Can I even remember the names of them? Oh my goodness. It's like I totally have a brain lapse. Yeah, you got no chance today. It's been a while. See a lot of roads, travel a lot of roads, call a lot of roads. We're not at the same spot all the time. The blocks change. So, we were down at this road here all the way down out the end at kilometer 2, and then there was another way. Am I loaded? No. Was that guy empty though? Sure, that guy was empty. Oh, what the heck. Um, so yeah, and then we come back up on that first road I said where you come off the highway, onto the, is it Caribou? That's not Caribou, is it? Oh, I hope nobody from the logging trucks watches this. I can't freaking remember what it is. Oh, it's terrible. Anyways, we'd haul a lot off in that road too. There was quite a few different spots you'd be hauling off. So there's lots of spots to haul off of. And I think now we're just going backwards. This is in the daytime. And yeah. Let me see if I can do it backwards. Okay, so off Highway 2 on the lane loaded. Kilometer 0, right? Right. And then you go all the way to 100 and you come off the lane onto the Sundance and then down the Sundance and then you hang a right and we go on to the cut across and then we come off the cut across onto the come on. Oh, it's so terrible. Isn't that horrible? Even that other one. We come off that one road onto it too. I just can't remember. It's terrible. Hello, Mr. Grader Man. And there's the other thing you got to watch out for. There are graders on the roads too. Now, they all have radios as well, so they will tell you where they are. And although it is in a bit of hyperspeed right now, seems like we might be going pretty fast past each other. We're not going any faster than probably 40K. Nobody wants to smash anybody's windows. Plus, there are certain rules to the roads, so we're not hauling necessarily little loads. We're all oversized and overweight. So the normal Super B haulers are hauling about 63,500 kgs, and we're 75,000 kgs. So big difference on the Super Bs. And triaxles, trailers, again, those are doing about 46,000 kgs in the normal industry, and in this industry they're doing 62 to 63.5 kgs on the tri. So yeah, there's just a big difference of weight and size. So we have certain rules to follow. That was it. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? I heard it. There we go. The dory. Somebody had called out kilometer 46 on the dory. That's the road I've been waiting for. The dory. Yeah. Why couldn't I think of that? Man, was I just having a moment. Brain just wouldn't click into that one name. And this is the dory. It's got some fun spots. We are coming out loaded right now, so yeah. And it's that time of the day where that sun can get in the wrong spot. Kilometer 50 loaded on the dory. So you know what that means, right? We just recently heard out a call from kilometer, I can't remember what it was, if it was 40 or 46, but when you're driving the truck, you usually remember where the heck it was. So we now know that we're within a certain range of meeting another truck. There's a few corners and a few little hills with curves at the bottom where you can't meet another truck. You better not meet another truck. So yeah, you always got to be paying attention to the calls. See, you don't want to be meeting somebody going around the bottom of that curve.
Might not have felt it, but I was literally on the edge of my seat going around that corner. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your favorite YouTuber, Zazo. Back with another spectacular video. This is what it's like driving at night on the logging roads. We've got a B train. Well, actually, we've got a Super B. 2 trailers, just difference of axles. And 75,000 kgs of weight, which is way more weight than what's on the highways. Bye for now.
We didn't see that. That was my buddy Art. Now, of course, the loadermen hate that, but it's kind of what you got to do a little bit sometimes, especially like if you're trying to clean out a block and there's way more 9-foots than 17s. And look at that sexy Volvo piece of pile of shite. That's what that thing was. The head on that thing, the way they built it, frick, the guys were busting more lines on that head than I've ever heard of a machine busting lines in the life of its operation. You couldn't pick up logs and swing with it. And if you did, and they went too far, or you went too far, or too fast, or whatever, it would just snap the lines. Just constantly snapping the lines. That's a real good design. Little shout out for you there, Volvo. And yeah, she's a little slick right here, I'll tell you that. And I don't know if there's any videos in here of it, but there might be. But basically what they do is like, this is through the muskeg, right? This is through the northern bush in Canada. If you left this piece of equipment sitting right here on this corner and you come back to get it next year, you might not find it because it may have sunken out of sight. So it is nasty in these bushes when it starts getting into spring or fall or warm weather. And like right here, you can see that's pretty much just going across some ice that's a little creek. They just kind of keep building up layering and layering, and eventually it gets somewhat smooth and harder. And I gotta tell you, like my buddy Art, the guy that trained me, we got some great stories of coming out of muskeg in one spot. It is unreal what we came out of. And this is the kind of stuff you gotta drive in. Not every day is sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. And no, we are no longer on the ice road and we are no longer in the bush. We are actually on the highway. This is the secondary highway. Yeah. It is awesome, right? But one thing, I try to make sure I drive with my 4-ways on, especially if I'm creating stuff. You want people in front and behind to be able to see you. And I try not to white out the vehicles. If you can slow it down a little bit, I try and slow it down a little bit, but sometimes there's not much you can do.
Wood down here is labeled bomb. What's wrong with this stuff? I don't know, down here. I don't know.
Unfortunately, the way these radios work, sometimes you can only hear one person's conversation. Makes him sound like he's talking to himself. But the closer you get to the people, then you do hear everybody. So it's not like you can only hear some people and not the others. It's just distance. Sometimes a guy could be 6 miles in front of you and he's talking to a guy 6 miles in front of him, but you're only picking up the guy 6 miles in front of you, right? So You can also kind of get information that way as well. You might not hear the other person calling sometimes, but you can hear the other person that's responding to that person in front of you. And yeah, we call that going in stealth, when you just kind of don't say much, but when you're about to meet a loaded, you let them know. They don't like that.
Kilometer 2 bridge loaded on the Tiger.
And now we're in the Muskeg again, back on the ice road, coming up to kilometer 2 bridge on the Taggart. And then we're going to come off the Taggart onto the dory at kilometer 6. That's right, the dory. Ah, man. Just like Dory in Finding Nemo, I just couldn't remember. And I might have said it in another part earlier, behind my voiceover, but that you just can't tell by the cameras as well. But we're coming uphill right now, and this is all laid down ice. Now they try to come in with a bit of snow and scrape it onto there to give you a little bit of traction as well. But again, if you're not on the ball on these, you get yourself into trouble. And there's fine lines between too fast and too slow, because you can, here's what I was taught: you can always dump a lot of speed going uphill. You can never get it back though if you don't have enough. So if you're coming up and into a hill, that's when you put your foot into it. If you're feeling like you're going too fast when you're on the flat, it's okay. Pretty soon you're about to start to lose speed. And if you're feeling a little bit too fast still and you're getting close to the top, you can dump speed really quick. And then coming downhill, I mean, you don't want to come flying over a downhill. There's curves after them at times and other stuff. The best way to do it is if you're coming over like a really sharp, steep hill, is that you're basically going to start out pretty slow, and you're going to be using your gears and your jakes, a little bit of braking, and you're going to keep that for a little while. And then it gets to a point where I call it the point of no return, where you're getting into the flat, you've come around a curve, you're about to hit the next hill, and that's where you're pretty much maxed into it now, and you're at the point of no return. You're no longer in control of the vehicle. You are just along for the ride. And I'm sure there are a lot of truckers out there that understand exactly what that means. I know there's probably a misconception with some of the people out there who seem to think, oh, these things, you know, they have all these tires and they're big and oh, they must grip well. And no, they don't. It's, I mean, and all that weight that's pushing you and pulling you. And I mean, to a point, yes, right? Like that weight does help to a point, but also then that weight starts to become a negative and it starts to work against you. So it's half and half. But I had one person once tell me that, I was like, oh, you should be fine, man. You should be able to make it from here to Lloyd. I had just gotten to this facility with my rig at this point in time. And he was like, no, I'm going to wait for this storm to be done. He's like, you can make it here. You've got better traction than me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, you got a car, man, with winter tires on it. Jump in that damn thing and drive up the highway and go home. I just got here in a frickin' Super B semi-truck loaded with oil. Like, if I can make it, you can make it. We're going off the road. We're going off the road. No, we're just joking. We weren't going off the road. Come on. That's what you get when you're driving a long nose. That's the difference, is there's a big long nose sticking out of that truck. It looks like you're going over, or you're way over more than you are. Some people have said that before in other videos. So basically, yeah, this is what I was doing in the winter. It was hard for me to be online and gaming at the same time. There were spots in the bush, though. Obviously, I mean, there are different jobs. If I'm trucking oil down the highways or, you know, on the roads and it's good conditions, it's not really that difficult for someone to spin clouds. That's why I've always said clouds gave me back a life. You know, the whole time we've been making this video and I've been doing all this editing and all this other stuff, I've had my Town Hall 7 spinning and not a base has popped up yet. So it's not a real distraction. I have had to bring my truck to a stop at times and do an attack because I needed to be able to focus on it. And then there are other ones where it's on a phone holder, it's there, it's just like a GPS or your radio. You know, basically I just spam the troops down and hope for the best. And it doesn't always go that well. But there's also spots where a base pops up and you're like, this is the worst possible spot for me to have to try and take this base. Like, it's not going to go well, but you gotta just drop troops and do it anyways. So, yeah, basically, during my little bit of logging there was just no way to be on. There, like I said, there were some spots that would have service at the loaders, and then there were other days where you just wouldn't have service all day. Like, I'd get back to the mill and I could kind of check things for a short period of time, long enough to get unloaded, and then I'm turned around, headed back into the bush again. It was daunting anyways. What the heck am I doing? Just making sure there was some traction on the road there, I think. Swinging her back and forth a little bit, having fun. Let's make sure we still got some traction. I don't know if you guys have ever drifted a corner like this. I've literally had trailers and trucks slightly sideways, kicked out, pushed into it, and yeah, it's fun. I gotta tell you, it is a rush. By far my favorite job ever, going out logging. And yeah, I mean, there's some good guys to be up there. The Branders, they run some real nice equipment and trucks and look after them. DS Logging, they run some real nice logging trucks. Some other equipment maybe yet to come. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but and this was one of my other runs. This was kind of a fun little road too, but you didn't really have to worry about meeting any loadeds on this, because the loadeds, this might have been, if we were going, this road we did a couple hauls off of. One of them was at a kilometer 5 on this road in particular. I don't know what that sign was. If you pause it and go back and look, you figure it out. If we're past kilometer 5, then we are not going to kilometer 5. We're going all the way down to the end of this road. I think this was the Chittick Lake Road, and then that would put us onto the Chittick Lake Highway. We'd come up the Chittick Lake Highway onto that frickin' other highway of hell, go down that highway to like Spiritwood, and then go up through Spiritwood and take Rabbit Lake, which was another highway of hell, and that was into this guy's farming property. Oh my goodness, was this a joy. Now, I don't know if it's OCD, but one thing I do like to try and do is, if I'm driving along and there's fresh snow, I like to try and widen the road a little bit. I like to try and, like, you know, we pack here, we pack there. If everybody does that all the time, then you don't build up ruts as much. Helps out a lot. Anyways, guys, I am out of here, and if my little man's watching, hey buddy, I'll see you later. As you can see there, We did have service right there, as you can see, the GPS and that there, but we're in the bush. It's all good. Catch you guys out there in the next video.